Hello, welcome to Weird Question Wednesdays, where there's no safety or security question too weird for us to answer. Here's today's weird safety question. Should I be suspicious of strangers with tattoos all over their arms? Well, this question came to us from a stressed out person in Colorado. The short answer is no. We don't recommend being suspicious of people just for the way they look, but it might be prudent to be cautious with strangers, just like your mama taught you when you were wee. Not to oversimplify though, let's look at the issue of tattoos and how they make us feel. I used to be the director of career services for a massage therapy college, and we worked with high-end spas and cruise ships and resorts all over the world. We had people from the Canyon Ranch, Pebble Beach, the Ritz-Carlton, and a bunch of different cruise lines that came here to hire my massage therapists to staff their spas. And when we first started doing that, there was a big rule that it was not okay. Any visible tattoos on the arms or the hands, the neck area, anything that clients would see was absolutely forbidden. And I asked initially, I was like, explain to me more what the concern is with the tattoos. Because you get some really great massage therapists that have tattoos. And quite honestly, you attract a lot of people that have that way of expressing themselves to that kind of a career. And the rationale, and it made sense at the time, it made some sense to me. What they told me was that they had, let's say you're on a cruise ship, and they had a older median age of clientele there. And a lot of these are, people that are retired and people that have had different experiences and exposures in life. And when you're getting a massage, you're already sitting alone, unclothed, basically with a stranger in a room in a vulnerable position. And they wanted to make their clients feel as comfortable and safe as possible. And they felt that visual signals like that could make people nervous got in the way of that. It's something that we worked through for years and continued talking about, and it gradually changed a little bit, where not all tattoos needed to be, what was an instant deal breaker for a job. But that, it made sense that they were looking to preserve the safety and comfort of their clients, and they felt that this was something that got in the way of that and that getting rid of it helped. Next, we'll talk about the evolution of this experience, the idea of certain segments of the population being extra nervous about people who have tattoos. So my son, Tyler, worked at an assisted living facility, and he was the dining room manager there, and he is covered in tattoos. And at first there was a little bit of concern about the clientele. It was a retirement community, an assisted living, for older people. And you want the residents to feel safe and to feel comfortable. So he would wear, button downs or long sleeve shirts to cover up a lot of it, but he had a few peeking out on his fingers and stuff. And what he learned is he could just talk to the residents about it. Like, they would ask about him. And every single one of my son's tattoos, they all have a story, they all have something meaningful. And he has struggled with addiction and different things that have gone on, and some serious losses that have happened. And these tattoos are badges of honor. They tell his story. They are reminders of, survival and victory, and they are kind of like his battle cries and his constant encouragement and reminders to keep going forward. And a lot of people have that same story, where their tattoos are an artistic expression, they're a personal expression, and a lot of them are very meaningful. And so he ended up having tons of conversations with the residents at this home, and they wanted to know all the stories. And then many of them had tattoos, and they would share their stories. If gentlemen that had been in World War II and things like that, my grandfather himself had a tattoo from World War II. And so it ended up becoming a way of bonding and a way of getting to know each other that was really all right. So I do understand why people hesitate when they see tattoos, but the culture of tattoos in general has evolved from, they must have a prison tattoo. Like, where did you get your tattoos? Tattoos mean a lot of different things now. What I like about this question, beyond the question of the tattoos, is that it gives us the opportunity to think about what kinds of outer signals do we see that we have a reaction to? Like, if I'm walking down the street and I see something and I start to feel nervous or anxious, what is triggering that? Is it a tattoo? Is it a mohawk? Is it piercings? Is the color of someone's skin? You know, if we can notice that there's something out there that's triggering us, we can start to evaluate the validity of those signals. Because when we start to feel anxious or nervous, that can be an early warning signal. That's like an alarm going off that we might need to be more vigilant, pay closer attention to what's going on, get to a lighted place. You know, it's some things that might move to a circumstance that makes you feel safer. But if we're feeling nervous because we're seeing something we're unfamiliar with, like a person covered in tattoos or a person with an alternative, haircut or something, or, bright green hair, and we're not used to that. Things like that are false fear signals. And we're getting our fight or flight going when it doesn't need to be. And so I think tuning in to what triggers us and identifying why or where we think that comes from can really give us a better early warning system within ourselves when we really might be in danger and when it might be a false alarm. Ultimately, it is easy to judge a book by its cover, but it is smart not to give in to those impulses. If your hackles go up at the sight of a tattooed arm, it can help to look at why that is. It's important for us to trust our instincts when it comes to our safety, and demystifying and understanding our false signals of danger can help us do that more efficiently. Before I go, please subscribe and like this video if you want to see more Weird Question Wednesdays, and please post any questions you want answered in the comments. If it's weird enough, you might just make it on an upcoming installment of Weird Question Wednesday. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time, stay safe.